Now we want to use the E, which we already know, and the A, which we already know, and introduce the B major chord. The B major chord is a really hard one. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to try to approach it, but once you know that, then you'll know all 7, A, and then B, and then C, D, E, F, and G. You'll know all 7 musical alphabet letter major chords. You'll be ready to practice all kinds of fun stuff. The B major chord is essentially an A major chord, except that it's moved up 2 frets. Everything about the A has to be moved up 2 frets. It's easy enough to see that you've got these 3 in a row. You're going to move them up 2 frets. But also you have to remember that the open A string needs to be moved up 1, 2 frets also. So, here's your B. You want to take your index finger and place it on the note B, 2nd fret, A string. Then you want to reach over with your middle, ring, and pinky and place them all 3 on adjacent strings, D, G, and B strings at the 4th fret. And that's your B major chord. Strumming the B major chord is easy enough. All you need to do is make sure that you hit the middle 4 strings, because those are the ones you're holding down. The left hand mechanics will give you a lot more trouble than this part. But you want to make sure that you hear all those notes clearly and cleanly. Here's a couple of other tips on the B major chord for beginners, because it is a monster. It's a bear. You can also simply start by playing the note in the A string and the note in the D string, these 2, until you can get to the next string, until you can get to the next one. So, just start with the bottom 2 notes, then rearrange your fingers so you can get the first 3 notes of it, then rearrange your fingers so you can get all 4 of them. It's also possible to put your index finger here, and then use your middle finger or your pinky, the pad, to hold down all 3 of those adjacent strings, the D, G, and B strings at the 4th fret. Notice that I got my index finger down here on the low A string, and then I'm using my ring finger or my pinky to just bar across those other 3 strings. You should practice, you should take the time to practice all of them. This one, and then this one, or this one, and see which one works best for you. It's always best to have as many different ways to play any chord as possible, depending on what musical context arises. You'll be ready with all those tools in your tool bag.